this is what is bothering me, Lashika. I don't.
No man, answer me, man. We forget reparation. I have in prison.
The average Jamaican, I don't know if the average Jamaican can believe that he's working in their best interest at this point. I'm sure there will be questions, as in who sent you?
Yeah,
a
so
shackle?
we are saying we need schools, we need hospitals. And you go lobby for what the prison. Oh, that looks.
And not only prison, Lashika. While he was negotiating that deal for Jamaica, they were going to repatriate prisoners from UK to house them in that prison. Mark Golding was justice minister when they made that deal. It was Andrew Holness come and say, no, that deal will never exist on America.
For the record, I'm not against us getting new prisons, but we need to get the hospital them too. Because, I mean, the rate of recidivism is very high in Jamaica, so we do need prison reform. That's a fact. But we do need healthcare sector and educational reform, etc.
What would you take at a hospital right now?
All right. It's going to be a challenge for kind of go down in this certain way, the right way. I think we have to have the discussion on a day when we can genuinely.
All right. So my point is,
about the repatriation of prisoners, Jamaica cannot become a prison colony. He's very out of line. This is not.
What was the plan?
Why I brought that up? You see? Why I brought that up? Hold on.
What policy Mark Golding put forward to empower Jamaicans?
And why I brought that up? You see?
Are you not seeing this? Did you not see him remove the chains from your neck, you slave?
Why I brought that up?
Go ahead.
Is that I was saying, make a black man. A black Jamaican go negotiate a prison. You don't go negotiate a prison. You don't do that.
He's very tone deaf, and I think
he is
trying to realize the differences.
He is.
No,
I feel like he's one of those persons that won't tell you that him don't see color, which is bullshit. Everybody sees color.
The man say our ancestors died. Who are your ancestors? Me and you don't have the same ancestors.
His ancestors probably passed at the hands of our ancestors who got tired of the bullshit. The crap.
That is it.
But it's not his fault, He's allowed to get away with it. That's our fault.
I never know say a son did I live. I'm sorry I asked. I'm disgusted. I never know say a son did I live. Shackles, eh?
When we come here daily and speak, people think that we just political, but we as foresight say race of a matter to you for you to see certain things.
The race of a matter first.
And
the thing with the problem with black people,
can't see me. You literally cannot see me if you can't see color. I'm black. You have to see me.
The problem with black people, is that every other race sees us as black. But we see every other race as just people. And that is a problem. Don't care how you move, good, and have a good relationship with a white man and them pleasant. And people don't understand that personality is different from character. So white people can be very pleasant. But when it comes to choosing, let me just finish. When it comes to choosing who will lead, when it comes to position of power, he will always choose his race. We still have black people today who think, say, oh, if a white man married a black woman, I'm not racist. And they don't understand, say, it's not an individual thing, right? It is what he's willing to do. Exactly.
And it's a system of oppression, and you'll never.
So it's not the love where you have for individual. It's not a love where you have for individual black person, or how warm you are towards individual black person. Racism has to do with race. When it comes to which race you're going to ensure, when it comes to choosing or making decision to ensure that your race continue to enjoy an unfair advantage over my race.
The system of oppression that has to stay in place for them to retain power.
And that's what people don't understand.
Somebody said to them, I did a listener live earlier, and somebody say, Mark Golding is the only white man out of the protest today. And we are protest against a black man or our fellow black brothers. But first, I don't know if I did there today with my VJ say, VG, if he thinks genes play a role in who we are, him say no, him think our lived experience is what play a role in who we are. But me and you know say our genes do play a role in who we are, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember I think I saw this video on TikTok one day, and it resonated with me so much. And it says, if a white man ancestors are wicked or were so wicked, why do you think them that are current, the present generation, is not wicked?
Exactly.
Food for thought.
And when black people begin to realize that, you see, racism is not really oppression against a person. It is oppression against a people, right? And if you think, say, because you go sit down at the bar with a white man and then buy around a drink, I want to chat and laugh, means that he's not a racist. You make a sad mistake. Because I have nothing to do with... Pardon me?
No, I've always said this. I agree.
Yeah. It's not an individual thing, but we don't see it like that. Every other race know that, you know. But we don't know that. As soon as your ears say, oh, no man, I'm good, man.
But side, even when VG alluded to his lived experience, are we to assume that his lived experience isn't that of being born to a white mother, who was born to a white mother, who was born of a white mother, who owned slaves? Wouldn't that be the collective consciousness of their family that has been passed on through generations? I'm just trying to understand what is happening. I'm genuinely trying to understand, because the mothers pass the culture. And remember, the institution of whiteness is propped up by white women. We don't give them enough flack for slavery. We don't give them enough flack for all of the systematic oppression. They're given a pass. The racism could not exist without the white woman. It couldn't thrive without the white woman.
You know that there was Mark Golding and his mother was protesting that some black Jamaicans were not supposed to be relocated near his father's rehab. You know that?
Where's this rehab located?
What's the place name? Ellison Flat or something like that?
Yeah, Ellison Flat.
Has the article.
You know, the sad thing about the sad thing about that, you see conversations like these
in Kingston.
That would help us.
Was there. The picture is there to show that he was there. My God, we don't put up the picture because see the article. Real thing. I don't know, like Glena.
So in Ellison Flats, so they have a rehabilitation center in Mona.
Mm-hmm.
And did he specify that he prefer
the article? We're going to show you the article.
The article where he march against black people.
That's why race matters. That's why we have to.
We attack and nobody not listen. We're political, we're tribal. We attack and nobody not listen.
It's a warrior love. People are choose party over them race, and that is what happened. You understand? Race should come first. For every other race come first, you know.
I have so much things.
And so, and Nashika, thank you for coming back up, because I said, Warrior love, this is why I came on earlier, guys. I wasn't trying to be rude to anyone when I said we have so much we can talk about with her and 100 and something people that was on the live, but we were something for 3 hours. And so this right here, a lot of people don't know of the information that you guys are giving right now. And so this is what we need to consistently doing, beating them with
we definitely need to talk about these things. And again, we still need to talk about the persons who pretend to be aloof and create a space for political propaganda. Do not underestimate your opponent's ability to propagandize. It is an art form and it has been perfected. We just try getting to look out on the item. You see, even if you're not going to talk about it every second or every day, look out on the item.
Some people pretend to be clueless, man. Some people pretend to be clueless about everything. We know that. Because there's no way you cannot get information every day about something. And you're still clueless about it 6 months after.
This is not his first time on TikTok. I'm second. Combat this.
Don't make nobody we're saying aloof, being aloof. Don't get tricked is all I'm saying.
I told you, darling, when I came on TikTok, I was about what's happening in all over the world. And it didn't take me a month to be informed. Not only that, you know, between Lashika, Chuck, Chopper, and everybody else, I had PMP over here. I had Jay Bryant. I had.
Let me just add this before.
Hold on. I had all of those folks on the live. However, I didn't just sit there and just take what you told me. For me to learn and to understand the facts and the truth, I had to look it up myself. And so we need to know and see through people like you say, warrior love, because you cannot sit on a live VG and everybody else who sits and listen to people talk, and you don't even have a computer to do your own research or have someone else, your moderator or someone else fact checking. You're just hosting people talking. I mean, that makes no sense. So
Some people don't want to know, Angel. Some people don't want to know. And
that's true.
you have some people who think they are better than knowing. Especially, you have some persons who live in the diaspora too, and they have this disconnect from Jamaica. Oh, them down there this, them down there that. We become them to them. They don't see themselves as a part of the system anymore, right?
It is interesting to know that Warrior Love mentioned propaganda. The PNP actually does fund and manage a propaganda machine. This was a letter that was leaked from the PNP-YO president. It made headlines some time ago. It said the communication PR, which is the public relation, and the propaganda machinery must be financed, and the PNP-YO suggesting a structural reform, which means hiring adequate staff and making some position redundant. So they do have that machinery where they do hire people to speak and spread propaganda on the government in an effort to do it.
Really?
And propaganda itself is from a negative standpoint. It has a negative.
Inbox for that
If you are-
winner. That's someone need to.
If you're a defender of justice, there is literally no place or space in your orbit for propaganda. Because propaganda is generally not based in truth.